So I want to talk a little bit about one of the big scary words that everyone tries to avoid: stress. People nowadays try to avoid stress like the plague. Okay, stress is thought of as a negative thing, and you're trying to get stress out of your life, trying to avoid it. And this is one of the reasons why so many people have health problems nowadays, and people are, without meaning it in an offensive way, weak-minded, because at the first sign of stress, they'll just run away. Okay, now stress, while some people might not enjoy or like it, stress is a part of life, first of all. You have to accept that. And also, stress is needed in order to grow. To improve anything, you have to put it under stress. Within our fitness, you want to improve your fitness, you want to improve the way your body looks, you want to grow bigger muscles. Okay, working out, you're putting your muscles under stress. If you don't put them under stress, let's say you just say, you're going to lift really light weights, just a little bit. As soon as it starts getting hard, I'm done. You're not going to grow your muscles very much, are you? You have to put them under stress. Diamonds, how are diamonds formed? Diamonds are formed by being put under stress for however long, hundreds, thousands of years. I don't know the exact. It's put under real pressure and stress to form them. Same with muscles. Now, our immune system too, it will only improve under stress. So to keep your immune system strong, to keep it active, coming into contact with germs, bad bacteria, is a good thing for it. And that's another thing in the last few years we've kind of really, obviously I've started talking about mental stress, but we've also tried to avoid that stress for the immune system, which we need. The only way your immune system will improve is coming into contact with things. That's why, back in the good old days, little kids play out in the garden, eating mud and whatever, and it's just whatever, just a part of life. Okay, they're building their immune system. Now, especially for kids, young children, at the beginning of their life is when they're really building their immune system. And nowadays, kids are being hidden away from everything. Antibacterial cleaners throughout the house. The slightest hint of germs anywhere and you're keeping them away, and they're trying to just wrap up these kids in cotton wool, and you're actually really, really harming them by doing that. There's no benefit for them in that. No benefit. You're harming them. You need to let them come into contact. The only way your immune system improves is coming into contact with stuff that it has to fight off, and it learns to fight it off, and it strengthens itself. Even as an adult, you need to keep your immune system strong by, again, coming into contact with things, and your immune system will continue to build. So don't be scared of bacteria. Definitely bacteria is a big one, because bacteria is another thing like stress that has a bad name. And people hear bacteria and they think bad. Bacteria, get rid of bacteria. Antibacterial wipes kill 99.9%. That's good. It's not good. There's a ton of bacteria on your skin, in your stomach, in your body, that is good and that you need. There's a lot of bacteria within food. It gets into your gut, which is good, that you need. You use your gut and your bacteria to break stuff down in your stomach. Bacteria in your skin helps protect your body. Don't be thinking, oh, bacteria, got to kill all the bacteria. No. There's a lot of good bacteria you don't want to kill. And also, even with the bad bacteria, you want your body to come into contact with some of that to build up your immune system. I'm not saying go out and try and expose yourself to loads of harmful stuff. Not that at all. But don't be overkill. Everything antibacterial, everything hospital clean and everything, chemicals everywhere. That's really bad for you. Really, really, really bad for your children. And it's not going to grow an immune system. Also, obviously, we started talking about stress in terms of mental side. And that brings us back full circle to that. To improve your mindset, to improve your mentality and your mental strength, you need to put yourself under stress. And that doesn't mean do stupid stuff like take out a 20 grand loan and immediately spend it on stuff and then think about how you're going to pay it back. That's not be stupid. But it's about putting yourselves in positions of stress to build up your resistance to it. And that can be different things. Recently on the podcast, we had Danny on talking about his story. And he built up a lot of resistance to stress and to hard times through his health story. He had a lot of health issues, thyroid issues he had to work through, put under a lot of stress, and that strengthened him. But also he did things like he joined a fight gym, a boxing gym. He'd never done it before, didn't know anything about it, went down and joined it. He put himself out his comfort zone in something that he's not used to. That's putting your mindset under stress. And as you deal with it, your mind then grows strong and says, oh, okay, actually, we put ourselves somewhere we were uncomfortable and we dealt with it. and it actually wasn't that bad. It was fine. You can then move on to slightly bigger things. You start with small. Maybe you've been thinking of launching a business, but you're too kind of worried about maybe what people will think or if it will work and other things. And you can expose yourself to a couple smaller stressful situations and deal with them. And then you can kind of feel that you're in a position that, you know what, I'm going to do it. I can deal with stressful things. I've done this. I felt uncomfortable doing that and I did it. I felt uncomfortable doing that and I did it. Why can't I do this bigger thing? Then you do that, deal with that, and there will be stress. I'm not saying that you'd then launch a business and it's plain sailing. There will be stress, but you can deal with it. And the more you can deal with, the stronger you become, and then the more you can take on. Like with physical exercise, as you grow your muscles, you start to use bigger weights. You can use more weights, you can do more reps, and you can increase the stress on your body. And as you become better at doing these things and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, you can put more stress on your mind. And again, I'm not saying try and push yourself past your limits where you have a breakdown. But what I'm saying is the reason that people reach a breakdown is because they're trying to avoid stress all this time, and eventually stress catches up with them and they don't know how to deal with it and they collapse. Whereas if you're exposing yourself to stress in the first place and you're building up that strength and learning to deal with it, then you can improve. Okay, it's a saying that you actually cannot improve unless you're put under stress in any situation, whether it is physical, mental. As we said with diamond and precious stones, the more pressure they put under, the better. You can't improve without putting yourself under stress. Start off small, but put yourself in uncomfortable situations. If you're someone who struggles with anxiety, with depression, with other mental health things, start with really small examples and just put yourself in situations where you would feel uncomfortable, but learn to deal with them. And as you do that, you're going to grow in confidence. You're going to grow in your mental strength. You're going to start to shift your mindset and think, hey, you know what? I can do it. Part of dealing with stress and being an adult, and especially being a man, is that you will be scared of things. You'll be, maybe anxious about things, but you'll do them anyway. And that's the thing. You just do it anyway. And as you do it and you deal with it and you realize, hey, that wasn't so bad. I dealt with that. Let's try the next thing and the next thing. And before you know it, you're doing things you never even thought was possible beforehand. The overall message of the video is that in order to improve your mental health and your mental strength and your ability to deal with stress, you need to expose yourself to stressful situations. Small at first, build it up, and you're going to be able to deal with more and more and have a much stronger mentality, and things like anxiety and depression are going to start to kind of melt away, become much smaller, less of an issue in your life, as you learn to deal with these things and realize that actually you can manage a lot more than you think. You're a lot stronger, a lot better, and a lot more capable than you give yourself credit for. And as you start to exercise and improve yourself, you're going to realize that. I hope that you take that on board, that you can use that's helpful. Any questions, join in the community and ask them in the chat, leave comments on the video, whatever you want to do, get in touch with us and let's get optimal together.